Hello, hello, hello. How we all doing today? What's going on, my people?
Great, great, great. Good to have you
Awesome.
here.
Yes,
We're back
great.
like we
Great.
never left.
I know, right? I know, right? It's just another wonderful, blessed day. We're so blessed to be here. Um,
Mhm.
I just want to just appreciate everyone, how we all doing, all our viewers. I want to thank you all for viewing today with us at the World Bridge. It's good to see you on this channel again. Um, my name again is Ademola Ajayi, and I'm just here just share this wonderful message with you. And I couldn't even do it alone without my two wonderful sisters, the beautiful ladies in the house. I have Modupe and I have Adebola in the house. How we all doing, ladies?
Great to be back.
That's great.
Blessed
That's
and highly favored.
awesome. Yes, God is good all the time, right, ladies?
Yes, he is good
Yes,
all
All
the
the
yes,
time.
yes.
time, all the time.
All the time, all the time. So, welcome our viewers. Last episode, we were talking about lifestyle creep.
Mm.
We called it lifestyle inflation as well. And we asked ourselves, what does that even mean? We talked a little bit about that. We asked, why does it even happen? You know, why it happens and why it can be a problem. If you missed that episode, don't worry, we got your back. If you just go watch the rerun, you know, after this episode. But today, it's one thing for you to bring a problem. You also have to bring a solution. So we're
Mhm.
going to be asking ourselves, like we told you last week. And as we were ending last week, I said something started to come into my mind that, you know what? The funny part about lifestyle inflation is not even limited to everything we talked about last week.
Mhm.
Have we even talked about the aspect of marriage? When we see the number one leading cause of divorce in most homes is the finances. If one person is reckless with money, it could be a problem. And it not just doesn't affect just the husband and wife. Just imagine if children are in the mix of it.
Mhm.
Now it becomes really catastrophic. Please, our
True, true.
brothers and our sisters, we want you to do, as they say from where we come from, shine your eyes. Don't get caught up in the lifestyle creep. All right, today, let's get into it. Today, what are we going to be talking about? Is this lifestyle creep, this lifestyle inflation we're talking about, is it really a bad thing? I mean, is it something that is bad? Is it bad that I got a raise and I want to show myself some love? Is that bad? What's bad about that? I'm gonna let Debola take a bite at it first. Debola, what's your take on it?
Okay. So before I go on, I just want to say if anybody is out there wondering what are they talking about, I'm just gonna say go back and watch the last episode so you can get an idea of where we started from on this topic. So is lifestyle inflation, lifestyle creep, whatever you want to call it, is it always bad? I would say not always. Okay, and there are some instances where you can say it's not bad. Like, it's not a problem when it's intentional. If you choose to spend more after saving, after investing first, then there's nothing wrong with that. Where because you're already saving, you've put something aside, you've put something, for the future. So it's not bad in that sense. Also, when we're talking about the quality of life, we're talking about spending on our health, on safety, spending on time with family. Some of these things we have to do. But like I said, be intentional about it. It's not just automatic or out of the blues. Okay, it's a problem when it is automatic. It
Hmm.
is a problem. Lifestyle inflation becomes harmful, very harmful, when I would say spending increases, like we said last on the last episode, without you planning or being aware of it.
Hmm.
When you start to go into debt, then that's a problem there. So balance is the key. Enjoying income growth and growing, your savings, they should come hand in hand. Don't just enjoy without saving. So I'm gonna stop there and let Mudupe pick it up.
Yeah, I actually share in the same school of thought. Thank you, Debola, for opening that up. I share in that similar school of thought. I say that it has a two sides. There are two sides to the coin. It depends on, how you're positioning yourself will determine if this is a risky or a dangerous, you know, um, curriculum that you are literally taking on, or,
An upgrade.
safe one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's not inherently bad to say. But if you've done the needful, just like Debola said, then you probably are on the safe spot. But this is what I'm going to add on. This is going to be my icing on the cake so that we can move on that conversation. Is that whether it is bad or good, depending on from where you're coming from, you want to also make sure that you're disciplined. Discipline is a huge trait that every single one of us need. To be honest, we need it in every aspect of our life. In the area of faith, even in our finance, even in marriage, as we raise our children, as we walk this path in life, we need to be disciplined, even in our workplace, in the marketplace. So if we're not disciplined, there is the tendency that we will fall right into the angle of now having to leave or embrace lifestyle creep in the not so interesting manner, for lack of better word. But either way, if you're literally consciously, intentionally, strategically now putting things in place to either, enhance your healthy living, your family lifestyle, right? In a way and in a manner that is not necessarily, luxurious and then affecting what it is you've saved up for, by all means, welcome it. But I'm going to ask a question, okay? And I probably think maybe you will probably have an answer to it. I hear some people in the audience sitting in and saying, you guys are saying, lifestyle creep, inflation is, be careful, it's dangerous, don't spend that money. I have worked for it, it's my sweat, I have earned it. So you literally want me to keep walking this walk, right? And then end up pass on to glory. So who is going to now take on everything I've worked for? I can tell you for a fact that I have people in the audience sitting in and asking that question and saying, so should I literally just continue to, save and save and save and save? And then at the end of the day, I leave it for someone to reap, because so many of those things are happening. And then the other side of my question is, should I literally, because I'm working so hard, I cannot spend for myself right now because of the lifestyle creep we're talking about, and all of a sudden I am constantly, conditioned to be of help, maybe to family members outside of the shore, family members out, in diaspora, that I am, conditioned and I'm obligated to be of help to. So I literally have to spend all of this money on them, but not me. How do we balance that? Somebody's out there in the audience asking that question.
Wow. I mean, if I could, chime in on that, I think what we're talking about is balance. Nobody's saying you shouldn't spend on yourself. Nobody's saying you shouldn't love on yourself when you've got an upgrade in life. All we're just saying is, are you intentional about that upgrade? Are you saying now because I just hit the jackpot, now let me just go spend it all? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a balance in there. We're talking about if you just got a raise in your pay. Now, because you've gotten a raise in your pay, you're driving a car that was fine. There was nothing wrong with the car you had before. Now, because you've gotten a raise, now you decide to go buy a car that is twice what you would normally would even get. You would never even think about getting. Guess what? That raise that you've gotten now, you've just eroded that grace back. It's just as if it's a revolving door. You gave somebody one thing and it just took two back from you. So of what essence was the raise in the first place? Why did you get the raise? So you worked so hard for you to have a better lifestyle. But to have a better lifestyle does not mean you have to go bankrupt. That's what we're talking about. And if that resonates with us, I don't know. Debola could chime in. What do you think?
I mean, if we're still talking about it, if it's a problem or not, I think we've established that, it could be a problem, and if you don't want it to be a problem, you have to be intentional with your spending, like I said. And Mudupe also said something. You have to be disciplined. I just pick those two words. You are intentional about what you spend, not like, oh, automatically I've got the rate I have to spend. Then you have to be disciplined. Don't look at other people's what other people think or how somebody did it when it happened to them or whatever. Be disciplined. Be a principled person based on your own interest, on your own goals, have your own plan. Don't run somebody else's race. So I think that already clears about if it's a problem or if it's not a problem, So I think I'm just going to rest on that. So we don't
try to be like Jane when you're John. Stay
exactly.
John. Yeah. So, and what was the second question? I know there was two questions.
I talked about the consistent and demand from back home.
Okay.
Which really gets people on, because that's another factor that causes all this lifestyle creep. And so there is this consistent obligation from back home. And so these people are, they are conditioned to making sure, they fend for the family. I mean, it's unending. I'm telling you, it's unending, persistent request. And I mean, we all are back from there. I'm talking about my Kenyan brother, my Ghanaian sister. I'm talking about my Cameroonian brother and my Nigerian sister and brother, right? That has a demand that is unending. And they have to satisfy this obligation. So, and we are here sitting down and calling it out and say it's a lifestyle creep. And people are saying, you know what, I'm working so hard. I don't even have enough for myself, but I have to, give something back up. And you talked about it. It's balance. It's balance. It's balance.
Sorry, let me cut in there. You know what? I'm just thinking. That's what Demola wanted me to talk about. Well, what I'm just thinking of that's a it's gonna be a different discussion on its own. That we, if we have to start on that, we're not gonna be done, because it's something that happens to all of us.
Yes.
Nobody's, and we have to really deal with that as an aspect of lifestyle inflation or whatever it is, or maybe something else entirely. But I would say we should not go into that today. We should not. That's topic of I have to help people back home. We constantly do that, and we really have to deal with that topic, because a lot of people are falling victim in a way and didn't have good experiences in the course of helping even families. And I think we may have to find another day to really talk about that. I don't know what
I agree with you, but I wanted to make sure that while we're talking to our people, so I said that there are people sitting down in the audience and they're saying, this is my reality.
Yeah.
So I brought it up to say, we also need to address this. But it's a good thing you said, let's find another episode where we can, literally crack this into pieces and then come up with, something for them to go with that would help them, that would help us, not just help them, but help us in general while we'll deal with this so-called situation right in front of us.
I know, like you said, people might have, that concern. But all I'm just going to say is one word. It's called budgeting. You budget it in. Whatever it is that you're going to send to anyone, even when you have a lifestyle upgrade, it still goes back to budgeting.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Budgeting, it all has. If all you're going to budget is every month, I'm only going to send $200 back home. If you exceed if $200 is done, you got to wait till the next month. It's called budgeting. All right, people? All right. So what we're going to get into is how can we spot this lifestyle inflation in our own budget? How can we spot it? How can we identify it? What are some of the things that we can see and we can say, okay, all right, I see what's going on. It looks like a lifestyle inflation. It looks like there's a creep happening in what's going on. So how do we identify that? I'll let Modupe chime in on that. How do we identify?
Okay, Demola. I think the easiest way to literally, take a stab at that in terms of somebody saying lifestyle creep, does it apply to me? I've never heard it before. It's just to compare how are you living your life in the last 2 years? What does it look like? And when I say living your life, I mean, what is your so-called lifestyle? What does it look like? And what is your lifestyle as of today, 2026? So let's compare, apple to apple. And then in that form and manner, you can literally now begin to spot out and say, hey, I used to be this. Oh, this is what is right now. Let's take, for instance, and be very, very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe back then, 2 years ago, you don't have all of these subscriptions. Some people have Netflix. They have Prime. They have, Hulu. We have everything.
There was a time we had all those things.
You know what I mean? They have all the subscriptions at their beck and call. Okay, so I'm not even talking about subscriptions right now. Every single person has a phone. It's either you have an iOS or you have an Android. You can literally go to your Play Store and see your subscription. Some people are literally subscribing to everything and anything called apps on their phone. We all have 24 hours to use. And I can tell you for a fact and for free that you don't spend that much time on that phone. So there are certain subscriptions sitting on your phone that you have not even used in years or in months, right? But you're paying for that subscription. Somebody might say, yeah, it's not a lot of money. Can you multiply that by 12? What did that result to? Can you put that in a high yield savings account? Tell me what you get at the end of the year. These are kind of the things in which, we have to now be very intentional. We kept hearing intentionality. It's not a cliche, people. It's something you and I need to literally say, I'm going to stand up right now and start doing this. So just to take a quick stab at that, check in what is your old lifestyle and compare it to your new lifestyle. And then you begin to say, okay, maybe this subscription is very critical. I need this. Excellent. Check it. Maybe this one is not important. You don't need it. You've probably outstaged it. So you no longer need it. So why keep it? Right? And which falls back to, in our last episode, I said, take out your financial statement.
Yes. The true picture.
It's not that deep, people. When I say financial statement, I'm not saying go and be collecting. I'm not saying, I just print your bank statement. For lack of better, print your bank statement. If you have a credit card, if you have the luxury of having a credit card, not everybody does. Print a credit card statement. And then begin to spend time, schedule time on your calendar. To say, I'm going to spend time on this day and check what went out, what went in. Is it necessary? Is it ordinary to keep my life in order? If it is not, is it going to help me keep the lights on? Is it going to help me keep, me under a shelter? If it is not necessary, maybe you don't need it. Spontaneous checking. And while you're doing that financial audit, another way you can spot it again is you can literally see all those auto. There are some auto spending, that you literally look at this thing and those ads will just begin to flash at you. Right. Oh, I like this. And then you press palm, add to cart. Add to cart. Many people have Amazon in North America. Right? And so you literally go in there because you have Prime. Oh, yeah, free shipping. It's flagging at you. And so you literally just add to cart, add to cart. If it is not necessary, then you don't need it. Watch out for these invisible upgrades.
Yes.
You know how telecommunication comes to you and tell you, oh yeah, you're due for this upgrade. And then they market you into certain things. Are you asking the questions? No. I'm going to say one more thing and I'm turning back to Adebola.
Oh, you said it,
there are certain things you need
you're on fire.
There are certain things you literally have to watch out for. While these companies come to you to upgrade you, you can literally schedule on your calendar and meet with them. Talk to your gas company. Talk to your telephone company. And ask them, what is the current discount going on right now? Why are you shy of doing that? Ask them. I'm telling you, you will literally find yourself saving.
Yes.
These are things I do every now and then.
Yes.
I have the pesticide company come around every other month. And I told myself it's winter. What are they doing? I'm like, every single time you come in, every other month, I am paying you a particular amount of money. I'm not going to call out the money right now. And I just said to myself, I'm calling this company. I had it on my schedule. I called them. I said, you guys are due for my call. I said, okay, I don't need you coming every other month. I'm changing it to quarterly because I need you to tell me what you do. And then they listed it, and I said, well, I'm sure I have other companies that are reaching out to me. If you cannot meet this price, I'm really ready to or downgrade right now. I'm not kidding. I got a cut, almost 40%, and they are going to continue to come that by. You need to do it, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you're not intentional about it, you know one thing again that really creeps into us? The busy life of the corporate world. And so you're so busy, you don't have time for certain things. You don't have time for certain things. People, do you have time to eat? Do you have time to drink water? Maybe you do. If you have time to do those things, you have time to go to the restroom, right? Maybe you have time to do a financial audit check.
Yeah.
It is that important to you. Little things are what we bring up on this podcast. Things you can pick on and help you.
Yeah.
And so you can take a change. We were not there years ago. We also had to be intentional, and we said, you know what? It's time for us to do the needful.
Exactly.
So those are kind of a few things I wanted to share on that, spotting it, and then, making sure that it doesn't creep on you before you literally now become a big monster. It becomes a big monster to you. So I think Debola can also share.
Oh, really?
Yes, go ahead and share.
I know, right? She was just giving it all out. Let's go. Let's go. Get it.
I don't think I've exhausted it. I'm sure there are plenty more she's going to share.
I hope our subscribers are grabbing it. I hope our subscribers are grabbing it.
Plenty more, but our time is going because we're looking at the time. And
okay,
you did say something. You said I don't have time to do that. I don't have to. Which time will I use to do that? Oh, I don't have time to check. People, that's old school. I don't have time. It's no longer on the list of excuses. That's where I'm going to put it. It's been crossed out because if something is important, you will intentionally create time for it. Nobody has time. We create the time to get things done. Okay, Mudukwe has really, she really went on ways to spot lifetime inflation, and I won't want to dwell anymore on that because we still have some other few things to really bring up before we wrap up today. Just make sure, if your income increase and your saving doesn't, that's a red flag.
Yes.
Okay? Your income increase and your saving doesn't. Another common thing, we mentioned it last time, is when those things that you used to see as luxury becomes, feel like necessity now, like an everyday, I must have them, then, you have to think again. Now you eat out, everything is, Modique mentioned about subscriptions, now you're upgrading and all that thing. I actually had the same experience with a pesticide company.
Pesticide?
I've been with them for like 5 years, and they take care of, during the summer period, they take care of my lawn and everything. And I thought, okay, no, this is too much. I'm not going to do it. And I canceled. I actually canceled that my candle. And they called me. I didn't even call them. I just canceled. And they called me and negotiated, we could, and I'm now paying half of what I was paying for the same, So there's just some things that we can't just lay back and just, okay, we have to be intentional about wanting to seek those things out, figure things out, and just take care of business. Please create time to do this, because otherwise we just be at the same place, struggling, and nothing is changing, and we keep complaining, and solutions are there, and we're not, our life is still going to remain the same. That shouldn't be. That is not why we're here. Okay, that is not why we're here. We can live a good life here and still support those people that we support back home without it breaking our neck. It's just planning, and I'm getting there. Knowledge is the new money, like they say. So when you have the knowledge, then you put things into plan, ways to apply that knowledge to make things better for you. So I'm in that process, and I'm trying to call on you out there to also do the same. All right, Ademola.
Wow.
What's next?
Take us home.
The ladies have said it all. I want to thank you. And Our viewers, I know you have a lot of questions for us. I know you probably have some inputs as well. We want to hear them. We want to hear what you think. How are you spotting that inflation creep in your budget? What are you doing? Share with us your best practice because you've heard from us and we know you have some things to give to us as well. So, on that note, I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking out the time to join us today on this beautiful day. I want to appreciate you, Modukwe and Adebola.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
always a pleasure with you guys all the time. So, till next time,
Thank you.
stay blessed, stay prayed up, and don't blink the eye. See you next time on this channel. Take care.
We
Bye,
will be
everyone.
back.